Hi, this is Teen Title Talk with Erin,
And Alyssa.
and we're going to talk about a couple different books that came into the Derry Public Library recently. Mine is Giant Days by John Allison, and it's illustrated by Alyssa Treeman.
And my book is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor.
So this is a graphic novel. That means, for those who don't know, that it doesn't mean it's super graphic, as in inappropriate. It just means that it is written as in illustrations and comic book style. But it's not the same thing as a comic book. If you were to talk to somebody who writes a graphic novel, they probably won't say I write comic books.
They're two completely different things.
This one is, I would say, a new adult book because it deals with the first days of college. And the story focuses on three different roommates. Their names are Susan is one of them. She's the narrator. She's very cynical, so she's fantastic to listen to, and you crack up all the time because of her dry wit. There's also Esther, and she's kind of it says she's pale and interesting, maybe too interesting. And then there's Daisy Woon, who's a little bit naive. So there's a lot of fun little things that happen, like that you don't think would make a plot string together. One of them gets sick, for instance, and she goes and she gets some pills to make her feel better, but they obviously are, not like NyQuil, probably.
Probably something heavy.
So it's so funny because this is the naive one, and she's taking these flu pills, and she's just taking them really quickly, and then she's starting to go a little crazy. She's working really fast. And she says, my head feels hot. Maybe I'd better stick it out the window. And then she sticks it out the window and she's like, hello, Mr. Wood Pigeon. See, her head's like hanging sideways out the window. And then, of course, the wood pigeon starts talking to her, right? And you know at that point that she's gone off the rails and she has not really been taking any flu pills. She's taking something else. So, the plot point is around the Bantserv boys. So, the character who's really interesting, her name's Esther. She gets put on the Bantserv. They rate girls on this website.
That's rude.
Bad news. Yeah. And so then the plot hinges on their revenge. They have to get revenge on the Bantserv boys. So
this is like John Tucker Must Die. That.
Okay. All right. John Tucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
So three of his past girlfriends plus his current girlfriend and two of his past girlfriends and I think one of his girls that he's cheating on his girlfriend with.
Mm-hmm.
They meet and get together and then plot to
destroy him. Good, yeah. But there's good guys in this book too. So McGraw it reminds me of Ron Swanson. I know you don't watch a lot of Parks and Rec, but I just love him so
I know
much.
Ron Swanson.
Okay, good. So he reminds me of a young Ron Swanson. And the pictures in this are amazing. The art is amazing. So obviously the color is also amazing, and I guess in graphic novels, sometimes different people do different things. One person will draw the picture, but then there's a person who does the color.
Yeah,
for
someone does lines. And
okay,
someone does color.
I guess you know all about that. So in this one, colors are by Whitney Koger and letters are by Jim Campbell.
Yeah.
So it's incredibly well put together, and all these people collaborated on it. And I love this because I think this is the most accurate blurb. On the back it says, Allison has been compared to Joss Whedon, and for once, the comparison is warranted.
Oh, okay.
So if you like stuff by Joss, you might like Giant Days.
Neat.
It's really awesome.
All right.
You're up.
This is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Laini Taylor has written another series, the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series, which some of you may remember
and
or have read before.
Did she win an award for that?
I believe she did.
I think she did for Daughter of Smoke and Bone.
Yeah. So this story is about a guy named Laszlo who has dreamed his whole life about this lost city called Weep, and the name has been lost a really long time ago, hundreds of years ago, so they call it Weep.
Okay.
And he's been obsessed with it since he was 5.
Okay.
So he's worked his way through living with monks to finally working at a library, studying lost languages like the language of Weep.
Yes, I like that.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So then one day a troop comes in from Weep looking for people to bring on an expedition to Weep to solve the problem of Weep, which besides missing its name, they have a huge other problem.
Is we know where it is, or it's a lost civilized? It's
This
like a
troop
lost
knows
city.
where it is.
Okay,
no
but-
one else knew where it was.
But they just wander in?
Yes.
Like he's studying Weep language and they wander in?
The troop has traveled far and wide over
Okay.
everywhere.
They're looking for him.
They're looking for specialists
Okay.
with specific talents. They don't know. Laszlo pretty much has to throw himself at this troop to bring him with them because he, as a librarian, librarians are not revered in the society.
but
He's
they're
kind of like a
awesome, as
lowly
we know.
person,
Like,
right?
they're
So
bad,
they're
so.
pretty awesome
Right.
here, but
Right.
not here.
Okay.
So in his town, they were actually looking for warriors or soldiers.
But what is his skill? Is he saying, like, I'll be the bookkeeper? Or
he can
I'll-
speak the language of Weep.
Oh, okay.
And no one else can. So he ends up teaching everyone in the troop how to speak this language. There's someone involved with explosives. There's someone who can dig holes in the ground. There's a general who was the original general of the city of Weep.
Okay.
So he's leading this expedition. And there's a guy who can make maps. There's an alchemist.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of different people in this troop that they're bringing with them to see if any of their talents can aid in their problem. And I can't tell you what the problem is.
Oh, I
because
was going to say, what's their problem?
it's integral to the plot,
Okay.
but I will say there are gods involved.
Ooh.
Lady Taylor has a habit of introducing
Incorporating,
gods and
yes, and
incorporating
angels and
their
stuff.
stories
Whatever.
into like magical realism and all of that.
Hmm.
So the back
She
of,
writes evocatively.
she
So,
does. Her writing is
Like, what's
really
the beginning
enchanting.
of that one sound like? Because I remember opening it in the back room and being like, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's
And I want to
pretty
read it. Like
lengthy.
the first lines.
On the second Sabbat of 12th moon in the city of Weep, a girl fell from the sky. Her skin was blue. Her blood was red.
Sweet.
So, right there, you can pretty much infer what happens, but you can't because
No.
you have to read the book. But
Right.
it goes full circle.
Cool.
So it's really interesting the way she was able to write this, and I believe this is the first of a series.
Trilogy? Okay.
Might be a
series.
trilogy, might be a duology.
Huh.
And a duology, for those of you who don't know, is a series with only 2 books. So they're very popular right now, apparently.
Mhm.
A lot of people are writing duologies, or at least books with just one other companion book attached.
Right.
So,
Right.
but the cover's stunning, the writing
Yes.
is stunning, Laini Taylor is a genius, and
I'm
all the
trying.
characters
There
are
is
great.
actually okay. Have you? Because it's a library book, it's all taped down. But I like to see what's on the
yeah,
inside. There's sometimes there are
the
like
naked
really
covers
cool
are really cool.
embossings. You should check it out. It's all golden, and there's a
Yeah,
bug
just
in
peek,
here.
Peek at your brain.
There's a bug in here. I don't know what kind it is. Is it a butterfly?
It's a moth.
A moth. Ah, creepy.
And there's a reason there's a moth on the cover.
Moths
Moth's on the cover too, so this is what it looks like.
oh right.
But
Whatever.
I can't tell you anything about it. It's
All right.
better to go into her books not knowing anything,
That's true. They're really good.
which is why I tackle these. So, Laini Taylor's a genius. I really
Alrighty.
like
Laini Taylor,
everything about this.
Giant Days. Read these two. Very good.
Please and thank you.
Bye.
Bye.